Well, hello everybody. Harrison Painter here, your Chief AI Officer, and this is your video of the day. All right, today TechPoint came out last week with a report covering the impact of artificial intelligence on the workforce in Indiana. I'm going to do a much longer video on this later, but I want to touch on some of the key points in this video because it is absolutely crucial that you take in this data. It is so important. So AI adoption by Hoosiers is happening rapidly. AI adoption across America is happening rapidly. AI adoption across the world is happening rapidly. The world is changing right before our eyes, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that. I have been preaching this for the last year, and a lot of people didn't see it. And it's unfortunate, but the good news is you can get caught up. You can get caught up. And that's what I'm here for. That's what the people I work with and the teams I work with are for. We're actually in process of building a world-class AI training platform. And we're getting ready to go through a rebrand, and I'll be talking all about that over the coming weeks. So here's three key statistics that I want you to take away from this report, from this video. Number one, AI will impact 85% of workers within the next 3 to 5 years. 85% of you, and I think it's going to be even higher than that, will be impacted by AI. Up to 50% of professional skills could be impacted by AI. I also think that number is going to be much higher. And 30% of current work hours could be automated by 2030. 2030. So if you are currently working a job that's really repetitious, it's not highly skilled, you're going to want to upskill. You're going to want to start navigating these tools and learning more about AI so you can future-proof yourself and remain viable in this job market. Now let's look at some economic impact that this TechPoint report shared with us. AI could increase corporate revenue by 2.3 trillion by 2030. Now, I know corporate revenue typically doesn't always benefit the worker, the employee, but this is something you need to keep your eyes on. It could elevate the US GDP by 0.5% to 1 percentage point annually through 2030. Now, this is good news because if you've been to the grocery store lately, you know that our economy is not in the best of spaces, right? Inflation is really running rampant. We have global civil unrest, global uncertainty. We've got multiple wars going on. The US dollar is under attack. Just a lot of things going on right now with the economy, and things feel very, very wonky. So here is a bright spot in the economy. Next, 4.7 billion in VC funding went to AI companies in February of 2024. Now, these VCs, of course, you put AI in front of any company, it seems like they are starting to throw money at it. If you looked at the Consumer Electronics Show this year, AI was in everything. Do we really need AI in our washing machine, in our vacuum cleaner? I mean, maybe, but right now, the whole key is AI is going inside of everything. Look, we've been through these trends. Mobile apps, a few years ago, blockchain, you put blockchain or in anything, and it seems like people were funding those companies. And lastly here, U.S. corporate AI spending is predicted to grow to 19.1 billion in 2024. Now let's talk about some of the AI adoption benefits. These are very important for you to understand, so please listen to me here. This is a really good report. Organizations that adopt AI are outperforming competitors. So if you haven't adopted at least some AI into your workflow, you're behind. Let's get you caught up. Number two, generative AI improves productivity by an average of 66%, especially in complex tasks like coding. Now, I use AI every day, things like ChatGPT and Midjourney and so many others that I'm using. And I know it's increased my workflow. I feel like I'm doing the work of 4 people in half the time. And it's amazing. So look, again, we're focused on building AI trainings tech for everyone so nobody gets left behind. Not to mention, if you can do more work in less time, that's going to give you more time with your family, with the people that you love, with the hobbies that you want to do. For me to spend more time with my puppies and griddling over here and cooking my steaks and just enjoying the fruits of my labor. And don't we all want that? And lastly, here, large language models can expedite 15% of all work tasks in the US. 15%. So the workforce impact here, AI is going to demand new skills from workers, especially in robotics, machine learning, data analytics, and cybersecurity. So I have a cybersecurity degree. I mean, this is one of the more growing jobs out there because if you follow the news, my wife works at Ascension in a hospital and they were hacked. They were held for ransom. Their computers were down for somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks, I believe. So they were completely held hostage. They were doing old school charting with a pen and a piece of paper. They weren't able to depend on those computers, and it really put a lot of people at risk. We've seen pharmacies hacked. We've seen banks hacked. We've seen a lot of different things. So cybersecurity threats are rising, and that field is absolutely going to be on fire. Now, roles with human interaction and emotional intelligence will be the least impacted. I do believe that because, look, no matter what happens, we are going to be focused. Humans need human interaction. It helps us thrive. It's good for our mental health. Now, that doesn't mean all jobs are going to be that way. McDonald's recently had an AI chatbot in their drive-through. They ran some tests doing that. They did pull it. It didn't completely work. We're still early, and there's some legal compliance issues that they fell into, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen, so be aware of that. And then the McKinsey projects 12 million occupational transitions by 2030. 12 million. So many of you out there, the job that you have today, that is not the job you're going to have in 2030. This is why it's important to upskill, to reskill, and to make sure that you are staying up to date with this stuff. So let's talk training and skills development. TechPoint really touched on this. And look, this is why I do what I do. There is a need for significant upskilling and reskilling to meet AI related demands. We're building that. Right now, we are working with everybody from high school kids, churches. We're working with Crawfordsville and Lafayette. We're working with college. We have curriculum going into a master's degree program. We're creating alternative education that's kind of pre college, post college. So we truly are working on curriculum tech for everybody. We want to make sure that everybody has access to some form of AI training. Employers are shifting focus from hiring based on degrees to hiring based on skills. We're going to see this trend continue because as people learn that AI is going to replace a lot of people that aren't staying up with it, but those that understand it's humans that help guide the intent of AI. It's humans that have to guide this to create the key outcomes that you want, that we have to understand that, look, you put junk data in, it's going to give you junk data out. So somebody's going to have to ask the right questions to frame things in a way that makes sense so that what comes out is something that can truly be implemented, truly productive, and truly profitable. And here, there is recognition for the importance of training programs and collaborations with educational institutes, which is absolutely what my team is doing. We are part of the Indiana Wesleyan University Accelerator. There's other things on the horizon that I can't talk about right now, but colleges see this trend. They're not stupid. And there's a few colleges like Indiana Wesleyan University that's very progressive. They see the future and they truly do care about the students that come into the system, and they want to make sure that they're getting the education that they need to thrive in the workplace. So recommendations here. Employers and policymakers need to prepare for an AI transformed future. Right now, I'm working at partnering with a few attorneys. We want to help companies make AI policies. A lot of you don't have them out there yet. This is going to cause a problem for you in the future because this is an open cybersecurity threat. Your employees are using it, and you don't know what data that they are putting into something like ChatGPT that could be proprietary, that could be things that you don't want out in that general system. So you need policies in place, just like with social media, just like you do with computers and email and all of those things. The same thing's going to happen with AI. A focus on developing durable human skills like communication, critical thinking, and creativity. Again, you put junk in, you get junk out. It is going to be more important than ever to increase our communication skills, to really work on improving our emotional intelligence, our self-awareness, and our critical thinking. How can we solve problems? How can we use these tools to solve problems? And how can we get the outcomes that we want with that? We want to foster a culture of continuous learning and embrace inclusive growth. Now, I can tell you the beautiful thing about artificial intelligence is this: it has completely equalized the playing field. AI doesn't care if you're what color you are, it doesn't care what your gender is, it doesn't care what your economic status is, what your education is. It just wants data, and it will give you feedback or answers or whatever it is that you want out of it. There has never, ever been a technology that truly is this inclusive. Okay, so we need to foster that culture and make sure that we're helping people not just learn the tech, but again, communication, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. And again, we need to develop ethical guidelines for AI deployment. You know, I work in marketing. You're going to see this election coming up. You're going to see a lot of deep fake videos. You're going to see a lot of manipulation. You're going to see lazy AI. You're going to see people just plug something into their large language model. It's going to spit it out. They copy and paste it. They throw it out. They're not checking it for accuracy. It's not in their voice. It's just going to cause a lot of problems. Again, if you don't have some of these policies in place, or you don't have somebody like me there that can police this, look at the synthetic media that's being created and make sure that it fits your brand message and your brand image. So let's close this video out. AI presents both opportunities and challenges for the workforce. Proactive strategies are essential to really leverage AI's potential while mitigating the challenges. And business leaders and workers must navigate the AI-driven landscape to drive innovation and enhance productivity. All right, well, I hope this helped. Thank you to TechPoint for putting this report together, making it very Indiana-centric, and helping people really understand what's going on. Friday, I'm only 3 days away from our AI Fusion conference. That's going to give us a lot of data in where people are. We're doing 3 tracks. We're going to have business folks, we're going to have teachers, educators, and we're going to have nonprofit professionals. So we're really going to be able to tell where people are in their journey. And it's just going to be just amazing because we're going to be able to really start moving our trainings to where the people need it to be. All right, well, that's it for me tonight. I'm just excited, and thank you for coming along for the journey. And if you've stayed with the video this long, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about AI. Is it impacting you now? Do you think it's going to impact you? And I'm just very curious where you're at. My name is Harrison Painter, your Chief AI Officer, and until next time, keep innovating. Thank you, and God bless.
In times of painter, you got so grand. Chief AI officer with knowledge at hand, navigating the world of AI so fast. With Harrison leading, you'll learn fast. What's that chicken? The cheat good. 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 From bites to bots, he knows the way. Harrison Painter leading each day. Discover the future, see what's in store. With your Chief AI officer, you will learn more.